The PS5 will present a paradigm shift as to what players will come to expect from gaming. Will let us tell stories, make worlds, create gameplay that I think will truly captivate the player and really surprise quite a few people.
Welcome to Focus on Games, where we take a piece of the video game world and concentrate on the things that matter the most. In this case, witches. Today we are focusing in on PS5, the Future of Gaming show, which Sony CEO Jim Ryan promised would be an E3 level event, with all the adrenaline and testosterone you never wanted and didn't ask for. Unfortunately for them, I can't think of a more testosterone-filled event than Konami's presentation from 2010.
Hey, gentlemen, gentlemen, save it for the ring. Save it for the ring.
Up until this point, details on the PS5 have been a mix of confusion, solid-state drives, and an unhealthy infatuation with our ears. We have also had to endure hearing the word looter slasher beyond what can be considered legally acceptable. But that time is no more, as we finally get to feast on 25 non-Godfall titles over the course of 70 minutes. And maybe Mr. Cerny will be providing some hardware for dessert. We will be skipping dinner as the PlayStation 5 hardware design was finally unveiled, and it sure is big. Based on mock-ups floating around the internet, the PS5's obtuse two-tone design towers over its ancestors and the competition. Now, I'm pretty confident this won't fit in my TV stand, but I'll take the airflow if that's the reason for the heft. Anyone who has left their PS4 Pro on the God of War menu for a couple minutes knows that noise reduction has not been a focal point of Sony's design philosophy. Since the PS3 days, PlayStation has been synonymous with shoddy thermal paste application and a cooling fan lottery. I can handle a two-tone big boy if that means I don't have to deal with the yellow light of death. An even more surprising part of the reveal is that the PS5 has a more symmetrical sibling in the form of the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition. This version drops the 4K Blu-ray drive and looks a lot cleaner because of it. Based on my personal experience, this 2-SKU arrangement is destined to confuse the average retail shopper. I can already see the mothers, fathers, grandmas, and uncles ruining Christmas morning by picking up physical games with the Digital Edition because it was cheaper. Here's to hoping for a $499, $449 pricing strategy, but the fear of a $599 mishap is creeping back in. When Sony pulled out that card for the PS3, they also had a stripped-down version, which dropped the storage size, Wi-Fi, memory card adapters, and most importantly, that shiny chrome trim. If you're El King, then you probably want to avoid this one, as Sony spared no expense with their animated button graphics bookending each trailer. The graphic before the hardware unveil stood out in what I can best describe as a disturbing mosh of Listerine liquid ice morphing and molding until a Moses-esque individual appeared off-screen to part the seas and unveil the new console. If they aren't liquid gels, I'd wager this graphic is why it's near impossible to get a Move controller right now, as they had to repurpose all of the light balls. What was up with that GTA 5 trailer? I know it's the biggest game in the world and GTA Online is coming to PS5 for free in 2021 and that we get $1 million patty dollars a month for the foreseeable future, but come on. Do we really need to see almost 2 minutes of PS4 footage for a game that originally came out back in 2013? If something doesn't add up, it's usually because of money, so I'm guessing Rockstar filled the Sony coffers for this ad to appear up front. My secret backdoor deal logic is that Sony has to placate them regularly in order to keep Agent alive. Why else are they maintaining the official Agent website for 13 years? You know titles like Horizon Forbidden Dawn, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Gran Turismo 7 are going to be great. Just look at the studio pedigree. Rather than focus on the highlights, I'd rather discuss the title that will inevitably fall off the face of the earth. I'm talking about Pragmata, which looked like someone at Capcom made a fan adaptation of Mads Mikkelsen fulfilling his promise to BB from Death Stranding.
The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
We're still waiting for Deep Down from the PS3 reveal, and the 2022 placeholder is not doing this one any favors. Looking at trends is an important part of predicting the video game landscape, and it's clear to me that witchery and general sorcery are the future. You want to play as a witch? Project Athia has you covered as you engage in parkour and summon one-eyed trees in not Final Fantasy XVI, but also maybe Final Fantasy XVI 2 years from now. You want to use a magic staff and command furry minions? Give a call to the Brothers Greer and try out Kena Bridge of Spirits, which looked more like a Pixar short than a video game. You want to battle a coven of witches while dodging werewolves and pharmaceutical companies? Find your local village grandpa and head towards the castle. Or just buy Resident Evil Village. I'm definitely more into the classy Victorian-styled wrist-biting witches than the creepy old lady variety, but I'll take what I can get. Possibly more important than the witches, werewolves, and Redfield shown here, Capcom unveiled a new inventory screen after the event, and let's just say that I'm currently debating whether to go vertical or horizontal ammo for the first playthrough. It didn't take long for Animal Crossing to take the world by storm, and we saw a healthy amount of plant growing across the PS5 lineup to match it. Kena brings life back to the forest after defeating an enemy, Project Athia Lady uses vines to take out wolves, and Ratchet uses a topiary sprinkler grenade to turn enemies into shrubbery.
Did you say shrubberies?
Yes. Shrubberies are my trade. I am a shrubber. My name is
Ratchet.
the Shrubber. I arrange, design, and sell shrubberies.
I'll even count bug snacks here, as they are technically growing plants on their body in a sick, you are what you eat scenario. Coming back to life also seems to be going strong with games including the mechanic in their name, like Returnal and Deathloop. I would also keep a lookout for heterochromia as a future trend, as the Returnal trailer seems to have an infatuation with different colored eyes. Lastly, I can appreciate the representation of cats in the show. Stray looks to be going all in with what appears to be a backpack-wearing cat protagonist alongside a humans are dead situation. Just need to throw another cat companion in the backpack and we're good to go. Shuhei Yoshida made an appearance and promptly scared us all.
I have something very near and dear to me.
Thankfully, it was actually the worst kept secret in gaming, Bluepoint's Demon Souls remaster. As to be expected with Bluepoint remasters, the visuals here have received a major overhaul, as the trailer called back to scenes from the opening cinematic of the PS3 exclusive. It was also fitting to have Shuhei introduce the title, after famously remarking that this is crap when trying out Demon Souls before launch. Nope. I don't think Jim Ryan will be pleased. 2K21 came the closest with its sweat-drenched unveiling and rim-breaking Zion dunk, but I wasn't feeling the testosterone at luchador-like levels.
We're going. Let's leave. Now.
Of the 26 games shown during the presentation, 4 were listed to release later this year, 7 sometime in 2021, 1 in 2022, 13 had no release date, and 1 was Godfall. Some of these got more formal dates after the conference, but even with those included, you'll have your choice of Spider-Man Miles Morales, Deathloop, NBA 2K21, Godfall, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Bugsnax, Jet the Far Shore, and Astro Playroom. These titles and others may come in the launch window rather than the console release date itself, and we'll definitely see the cross-gen third-party titles here like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, FIFA 21, and Madden 21. However, without any major movement, we're looking at launch that will probably be on par with the PS4. Not too good, but not horrible either. With Sony devoting an entire segment to 3D audio during the Road to PS5 event, it was surprising to only see it here as a quick animation of a deer about to be annihilated by an atomic bomb. Games like Gran Turismo 7 and Resident Evil Village will be perfect candidates for this technology, but I guess we'll have to wait on that. We also didn't get as much as a mention of Mark Cerny, the lead designer of the PS5 who played a starring role in the PS4 reveal event. My only hope is that he snuck in the new HD camera's True function, to allow for easy video uploads of your ears to Sony servers.
Maybe you'll be sending us a video of your ears and your head, and we'll make a 3D model of them.
In what might be a first for a new generation, it's clear that the PS5 and Xbox Series X are going in opposite directions. Now, Microsoft did originally try to do this with the Xbox One, but we all know how that went.
Thanks.
This time, Sony's focus is on a true generational leap, trying to justify exclusivity with its impressive first-party lineup. On the other hand, Microsoft is committed to services like Game Pass and backwards compatibility in order to keep customers in the Xbox ecosystem. With the 26 titles shown here, Sony has played their cards, and they were pretty good. Now we wait for Microsoft's next move, as they plan to unveil the fruits of their recent studio purchases during their next showcase in July. Thanks for taking your time to watch this video. If you're interested in more like this, please subscribe to Focus on Games using one of the many buttons below.